Bradshaw, sir.
Cooley, sir.
Chen, sir.
Oh, wait, sir.
Hatchet!
Sir, sir.
I say, Taren, come on. Come on, Rising Bell went ages ago. Fisher told me you were groggy. Look, you'll have to report to the San. Come on. What's the matter?
Morning,
Good
sir.
morning, Mrs. Wickett.
Well, ma'am, that's the usual coal order, madam. Of course, you can alter that if you wish.
Well, of course not.
And that is my linen list. I trust that's in order.
I'm sure it is, Mrs. Wickett.
Thank you, ma'am, if you excuse me. Excuse me, young man. You're not supposed to use those stairs. They're private.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Wickett. It's one of the boys in the dormitory. He doesn't look at all well.
Who is it?
Taren.
I just don't know what to do about her. She directly insults me on everything. And when I tell her she is in charge, she says, "Very well, Mum," and marches off before I can say a word more.
Well, it's only anxiety, Catherine.
I would remove her anxiety if she would only listen.
Yes, I should have prepared her more for your coming. Yes?
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. I wonder if you would come with me to the junior dormitory.
I'm just getting my breakfast.
It's young Master Taren, sir. I don't like the look of it at all.
Oh. Yes, all right. Excuse me, my dear.
Thank you, sir. It's 101.
It's only a cold, Wixie. I've had it for days.
It was only a cold until you went and played soccer in the rain. I told you to get off games.
It was my first match in the House 11, sir.
And a jolly good game you played.
Lie still, my little. I'm sure there's some inflammation, sir.
Will I get pneumonia? I say a jolly lot of people die of that, don't they, sir?
Well, you won't, my lad. We'll have you right in no time in the sanatorium.
Sir, don't send me to Sand. I want to stay with Wixie.
That's true. All right, chin up. Mrs. Wickett will look after you, and we'll have the doctor in to see you this morning.
Jolly good, sir.
Look, keep cozy. You mustn't throw your blankets off no matter how hot you feel.
Like a drink, Wixie.
Looks like you. I've seen boys with this condition before.
Yes, you're quite right. There's a grave danger of pneumonia. I've told Mrs. Wickett to take the boy's temperature every hour. I shall be back in the afternoon.
Would you like a cup of tea, Doctor?
Oh, no, thank you, Mrs. Chipping. I have my morning round to finish. You're right to keep him where he is. He cannot be moved across to the sand in this weather. The dormitory's very draughty, however. Can you protect the boy with a screen or two?
Of course.
I shall bring some more medicine when I return. In the meantime, Mrs. Wickett has my instructions. I must bid you good morning.
Good morning, Doctor. Thank you.
Mrs. Wickett, I don't wish to interfere, but even the doctor was worried about the drafts in here. You know that snug little spare bedroom we have downstairs? I could arrange to have a fire lit now. He's your patient, Mrs. Wickett. Would you not move him there?
Yes, I would. I would indeed, Mrs. Chipping. Thank you. Just as soon as the room's warmed through.
Mr. Meldrum has sent a telegram asking the parents to come.
Good. He's up to 104 now. I'm worried, Mrs. Chipping.
At least eat something. It will go cold.
I don't like to see you doing a maid's work, Mrs. Chipping. Now, Mrs. Chipping, please. Come on. That's a good boy. There we are. Good boy. Now, Mrs. Chipping, as soon as we finish this, I think you should pop off to bed.
What about you?
Oh, I'm used to it. Oh. Oh, dear. Oh, my goodness me. How long have I been asleep?
Never mind, you'll feel better for it.
Oh, dear.
It is still 104. I've just taken it.
He's sleeping too heavy. Don't like the sound of his breathing.
Mrs. Wicked, I'm so afraid.
Is there any change?
The doctor said 24 hours. It is almost that now.
His temperature's still rising.
Is this the crisis?
Oh, Mum, I lost my own poor boy like this.
Where are the parents?
I would have been here soon, but I've been sending telegrams to Colonel Taren in Ireland. And that awful slow train.
Ah, here it is, Mrs. Chipping.
Ah!
Mr. Chipping, how is Peter? Is it pneumonia?
Well, according to Dr. Gibson, you have come at the crucial time.
Please take me to my boy at once.
Of course. Headmaster?
Come in. Mrs. Taren.
Peter. Oh, Peter. Peter. Oh, Mrs. Wicked. Oh, no.
Oh, hush, Mum. Let him sleep. He's turned the corner.
But how can you tell me that?
His temperature's right down. I've nursed such cases. I know.
He is sleeping peacefully. Mrs. Chipping, how can I thank you? Mrs. Wicked, I am so grateful.
Wixie! Wixie! Wixie!
Call-over bell quite confuses me. It brings back such a cloud of memories that I don't know which to put down. Was it Dunster or Ogilvy who hid the sack of potatoes in the organ loft?
And the sack burst open and they all rolled out during prayers.
Yes.
That was Master Dunster, him that was drowned at the Battle of Jutland. Now, don't overdo it, sir. You know it tires you.
There followed a time of such happiness that after all these years I can hardly believe it befell me. My I, Katherine, became an essential part of the life of the school. Her vitality, her simple, unaffected good humor made her beloved by masters and boys alike.
The usual French coin? That's young Stanfield?
The Brookfield Mission. We take a weekly collection from the boys. The parents send their checks. But I never hear a word spoken about the mission itself.
A lot of schools are maintaining these slum missions.
Is maintaining all we do? Does nobody ever go there? Have you been?
Never occurred to me to, nor to anyone else. Except the head, I think he went there once to some ceremony. It's in Poplar, isn't it?
Yes, it's in Poplar.
Warren of foul alleys, he said. He was most distressed. His boots were unspeakably dirty.
Chips, do you want to turn out boys like little Meldrums, to whom the slums mean nothing but dirt on their boots?
No, of course I don't. All right, Katherine. So what do you propose, eh?
Your sentiments are admirable, Chipping. I'm afraid your kind heart has got the better of you. It would be stirring up problems that are better left untouched except by the church.
Well, our boys should visit them, they should visit us. And I thought a game of football would be a start.
To bring East End hooligans here.
Well, they are as British as any Brookfield boy. We cannot just satisfy our conscience by sending them money and keeping them at arm's length.
That's a dangerous experiment. Explosive. But you are my senior master, Chipping. I will not stand in your way.
Football, not fisticuffs. Brookfield ball.
Sir, he didn't kick me. I fouled him.
Mission ball.
Thanks, mate.
You won't see the goal for cinders.
Ah, Chipping.
Hey, boss.
Brookfield. 3 cheers for the mission boys. Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray!
And 3 cheers for Brookfield and all. Hip hip.
All right, cut along, boys. Well, our little experiment went well, I think, Chipping.
Extremely well, sir.
And we beat them 7-5. To think that a gang of little ragamuffins like that could get 5 goals against Brookfield. Still, it was a good, clean game, and they behaved quite decorously at tea time. Yes, I'm glad I gave my approval to the venture. Perilous though it was.
I must congratulate you, sir.
Thank you. That's what the fellow from the county newspaper said.
What, the recorder?
Yes, he called it a bold, generous gesture of social reconciliation on my part. And what's more, he's going to use it in his leading article on Friday. It's very pleasing. Very pleasing. And I must thank you for your loyal support to the scheme, Chipping, and the hard work you put in carrying it out.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chipping.
And all because the man from the local newspaper turned up, though heaven knows how he came to do so. You? Oh, you wonderful, ingenious, unpredictable girl, you.
Unpredictable? Sit down, Chips. I want to tell you something.
My dear?
I am going to have a child.
Are you sure?
I saw Dr. Gibson this morning on my way to the station to meet the mission boys. I've been almost sure for a few weeks. You're not angry with me for not telling you sooner.
Angry? No, I am so grateful, so humble.
Humble? Rot. You're immensely happy, and so am I. And what's more, I've never been one for praying, but from now on, I'm going to pray every night that I shall have a boy.
Katherine, you were a gift from God, so will your child be. Whether it's a boy or a girl.
You have spent your whole adult life looking after other people's boys. I want you to have one of your own.
Stand up. Stand up, boy. Barrington? That's not your locker. What's that in your hand? Show me. Is that your money? Come here. Give it to me. There's been an epidemic of stealing from the dormitories. Are you the culprit? Your countenance betrays you. What on earth has impelled you to do such a thing? This is theft. Look at me, Barrington. You're the bearer of an honored name and the heir to a great estate. Your father sends you generous pocket money, which we apportion to you amply each week. This is the meanest of crimes. It calls for the severest of punishments.
Father.
What?
Please don't tell my father, sir.
He will have to know. This is an expulsion offence. Now, the headmaster will not be back until tonight. Until then, you're confined to your dormitory. Your meals will be sent up. Return this money. This is a wretched affair. He's the last boy I would have thought of. He's such a sensitive, quiet little chap. What made him do it?
Is he bullied?
No. No, he seems to shrink from company, and the other boys leave him very much to himself.
And now you are going to expel him?
The headmaster probably will, yes.
When you have told him?
It is my duty, Katherine.
Chips, I met that boy's parents at speech day. The mother is a social butterfly. It was quite plain to me she has no time for her son, even in the holidays. And all the father seems to care about is the hunt and his horses. The child is unloved and lonely.
But what has that to do with theft?
Let me tell you something I once did at school. Not stealing. It had to do with my friends. I think because I was an orphan, I envied them a little. And one day, in broad daylight, I deliberately broke the headmistress's window. Oh, who knows why I did it. But luckily for me, she seemed to understand and did not expel me. On the contrary, She went out of her way to be kind to me and take an interest. And it made all the difference in the world. Chips, please talk to the boy.
Barrington, I'm going to give you another chance. I'm not going to report this to the headmaster.
Oh, sir.
Now, no more blubbing. You will never do this again. Nor any other stupid or revengeful act against your schoolfellows or the good name of the school. Is that understood?
Oh, yes, sir.
Right. You haven't touched your meals.
Oh, I couldn't, sir.
Are you hungry now?
Yes, sir.
Well, Mrs. Chipping will make you some tea.
Thank you, sir.
I think you better wash your face, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Cut along.
Humanity. Now, that was Catherine's gift to me.
Yes, true, sir. That's right.
Although my Catherine had a tender heart, she was no weak sentimentalist. She had a keen eye for injustice and oppression.
Did you see that, Chips?
Yes, young Merrick seems most concerned.
Awfully sorry. Are you all right, old chap?
Yes, sir.
Are you quite sure you're all right?
Can Sam be blowed? He knocked that boy over on purpose. Don't be taken in by that innocent look. The boy's a bully.
Mr. Merrick, sir. Come here, sir.
What was that behaviour?
I don't know, sir.
Yes, you do. Lex, can you liar? There. Now, this was a law introduced by the tribune Gaius Canuleius in the year 445 BC. It was part of the effort by the plebs, the commoners, to break the social power of the patricians, for it allowed patricians to marry commoners. Now, if you wish to memorize this law, just recall that if Miss Plebs wanted Mr. Patrician to marry her, and he said he couldn't, she'd reply, "Oh, yes, you can, you liar." Can you liar? Ah, well. And what's delayed you this time?
Sorry, sir. Porter's boy upset the mailbag, and I helped. These are for you, sir.
Oh, thank you. Sit down. Now, we mustn't waste any time if we want our exeats for the away match this afternoon. Catherine, I'm sorry. I'm off.
Oh, bye.
Bye.
Carry on, boys. Chips,
Yes?
have you got your coat on?
Oh, no, I didn't think I needed it.
It's bitterly cold out there. I'm not having you go out without it. Chips? Oh. I wish I could come to the match.
Oh, you can't. I'm taking no chances with you.
Well, enjoy yourself.
Bye, darling.
Bye.
Catherine! Catherine, the school...
Oh, sir.
You see the baby?
My dear Chipping.
Catherine?
It was very sudden. A slip on a worn step. Premature labor. All at once, her heart stopped. The child was stillborn. It was a boy. She did not suffer. Dr. Gibson made heroic efforts, but in vain.
What are all those bits of paper, sir?
It's April Fool's Day.
Don't like to leave you, sir. May I sit with you? I'll be silent.
Please go.